Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Today I'm joined by Johnny Fairplay and Matt Bischoff as always, and we have joining us from one of Survivor's most beloved seasons. What's better than one mullet? Let's make it two mullets on the podcast. We've got Denise Martin. Denise, how are you?
Good. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. It's great to see you. What have you been up to since China? It's been a long time since a lot of fans have heard from you.
Oh, it's been a long, long time, man. I work at a golf course, cutting grass, doing stuff, babysitting my dog here. And,
So, Denise, where are you at right now? What state are you living in?
Massachusetts.
Okay, so when I did, I believe the first time I met you was at Bob Crowley's when he was doing the Durham Warrior Survival Challenge. So you just came up from where you are to Bob's house in Maine. So how far of a drive is that?
It's about like 3 hours, maybe a little over 3 hours.
Oh, okay, cool.
Couple stops. It's not too far. Yeah,
so
do
you hang out with Bob much?
When I can, yeah. He has some really he gets these massive Christmas tree fire things going, these parties.
Yeah.
And we burn all the fire trees, and he takes his tractor down the road and gets trees from someone's house. I don't know where he gets them. And then he brings them all up, and this thing you can see from space, this fire.
Oh yeah, going to Bob's. Johnny, have you ever been out to Bob Crowley's?
No, I don't think I've been invited.
Well, Maine is a beautiful
it's nice
state. I mean, that's one of my favorite states in America that I've been to. And but yeah, so and then I want to question. We started off the podcast. I'm like, oh my God, Johnny's got a mullet. You have a mullet, okay? So it's like you've had this hairstyle forever. So I know why Johnny kind of gets mullets, right? It becomes a fashion statement. Give me a little bit of history of your hairstyle, because obviously I have the crazy beard that I'm known for, right?
Right.
Johnny's got the crazy curly hair. So explain to us, just a little peek behind the curtain, if you will.
Well, when I first started getting this haircut, it was called a shag. That's way back in the day. And then all of a sudden now it's a mullet, party, don't party. It don't matter. I gave myself a haircut yesterday. I mean, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it was like.
But you've been rocking the shag for a long time. Have you ever had any kind of, because I will probably forever have a beard. Is this your signature look, Denise? You're a very recognizable person in the Survivor community.
Yeah, everybody knows the do. It's all good, But I mean, the truth of the matter is when my hair gets too long, it starts hurting my head. So
right.
But I want people to still know I'm a girl, so I gotta have long hair. But then so it's just me. Everybody knows who I am. I mean, without it, I've cut it off a few times, but. And
then you get to like me, I'll cut my hair, and I knew this was going to happen. So I had long hair, cut it off. I had long hair for so long, got tired of it, and I've had short hair for maybe 2 years now. And then I'm like, fuck it, it's time to grow it back. And then now Johnny's like, get a grow mullet, man. Get a perm.
Grow mullet.
Johnny was me at a Halloween costume party one time.
You were, Johnny?
Probably. Those are the party days, Denise.
I don't know what a party was. It wasn't a Florida party, man.
So back in the day, Johnny, what year were you on the island actually filming Survivor, Denise? When was that?
In 2007.
2007, and then it aired maybe in 2008 on TV?
No, actually, we went in the summertime. We went June, I think it was June 3rd or June 6th or something, and we came back August.
Okay.
And then it aired in September.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were still doing the turnaround as it was airing during the season.
We were on the episode. We left the episode right before James gets voted out with 2 idols. So when we show up for fans versus favorites, James and Amanda are there, but we don't know how their season played out. There was rumor and innuendo that Amanda had won. And so, but I had read on Survivor Sucks that James had been voted out with 2 idols. So production tells us, they're like, hey, James and Amanda are on the current season. They are not allowed to talk about how they finished as per their confidentiality agreement. Do not ask them how they finished. They are not allowed to answer. And I go, well, I think it's safe to assume that one, if not both of them, won the $1 million. And James goes, I got voted out with 2 idols.
That sounds about right.
Immediately, and production's like, fuck us.
Like, you guys were all sequestered, what's he going to do?
That is so funny that he admitted that.
Well, he wasn't giving up an opportunity to win $1 million. I mean, like, he had already squandered one, so he was like, I'm fucking getting ahead of this bullshit. Yeah. So and I backed him. I was just like, I read online that, and he's just like, oh, is it out there? I was like,
it was out there quick.
Yeah. So, but this was the week before that happened. So, I did know that he had the 2 idols. I did not know he was voted out with 2 idols. So, but as I said, that wasn't confirmed for me. And then Amanda, she said she didn't think she had won, and James said he didn't think she had won. But what I heard later, she was under the impression that she had potentially won.
Yes, that's what I heard too. She thought she did, but no.
Yeah, because I guess people lied to her at the rap party and said, yeah.
Well, she lied to everybody else. What are they gonna do? You're gonna lie right back at her. It's still going on. They didn't give her the final check yet, right?
Denise, I have to ask, Amanda seems like one of the worst tribal council performers ever. Like, she just completely melts down up there. And so you were there. How did she have any idea that she might have won? Because when I watched that play back, there's no way.
She was in her own little world at that time. Nobody knows. She didn't even say anything, really. She was just like babbling, and she was, I don't know what she was, like a deer in the headlights. There was nothing going on. It was weird.
Yeah.
But,
so what was Survivor?
Just took over. What's that?
So for you, Denise, I mean, was it a total shock being on camera? Like, what is your kind of background pre-Survivor? Were you ever on the news or in a magazine or on the radio, etc.?
I was on Romper Room once. When the kindergarten, you had to walk around the Romper office.
Yeah.
I did that one time, and that was about it.
Is there footage of that readily available of you on Romper Room?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. Probably not. That was way back, man.
I think there's a fan out there that will be on the search from this moment forward.
Just let me know. Right. I was in the audience at Bozo's Big Top. I mean, whatever.
I always wanted I loved Romper Room, but I wanted to throw I wanted to do the bucket challenge on Bozo so bad. And I think CM Punk, the wrestler, he did that at one time.
Yeah, I don't know. I was at a party this time when these guys were they were in the background of the Bozo Big Top, and they used to give that guy so much crap, and they were telling these backdoor stories. They had me rolling. I couldn't even believe the stuff they used to do to this guy. It was crazy.
What they do?
It's all true, man. It's all crazy.
What'd they do?
It was like he'd go to talk and they stop beeping a horn in the background and just every time he'd go to say something, they'd beep, 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 and they'd be so distracted. He's looking at them, trying to yell, and he couldn't do nothing because it was live TV back then, So there was a lot of drunk people back in the 70s.
Wow, they're drunk people. Bozo's Big Top. This is the happiest night of my life.
Crazy.
So you get out there.
Well, how did you get on? Had you watched the season or watched Survivor from the beginning, and then you sent off a tape, or were you a recruit, or?
And my kids wanted the buffs because you could order them or call online afterwards, and I was like, the only way to get a buff is to earn it and bring, get your own. So they were like. So then my friend heard there was an open audition call. So I went, she's like, I'll give you the day off, go up to the open audition call. I stood in line for 7 hours, and I was only in the audition for 35 seconds. And they called me 2 weeks later. It was the only time I ever applied, ever went there. And then they just started sending me stuff. Fill this out, fill that out.
And that was right before China? It
was right after Fiji.
Okay.
I applied, and then it took a couple. They were they said they tried for the Pirate Masters, and they sent me something else for 14, and then they were like, no, we got something for you, and then they flew me out to LA and set me up on 15 for China.
How happy are you that you were not on Pirate Masters?
Oh my God, so much. I was like, they were like, what do you know about pirates? I'm like, does anybody have a book? I have no idea. I'm like, I don't even know how to get on a ship. Never mind falling off and forget it.
That show was Matt, did you ever watch Pirate Masters?
No, I remember. Wasn't Rupert originally?
No. They had a fake Rupert.
Yeah, they did.
Louis, wasn't that his name?
I don't know, but
He was a low budget, almost midget Rupert, and he wanted to be Rupert so bad because Pro Islands had aired, and then they're like, oh, let's we have Survivor, let's do this Pirate Master thing, and the ratings were dog shit, and I think the last either 2 or 3 episodes were shown on CBS.com. They pulled it from CBS.
Yeah.
I think they moved it time slots, and that wasn't bad enough that they eventually
only one season ever aired.
But the final either 2 or 3.
I don't even think it ended to the end. Did it make it to the end?
Online only on CBS.com. And the woman that won ended up committing suicide.
Wow, that's
because
sad.
She thought that she was, that she was going to be the next, Richard Hatch or she was the first winner of the first season of this, it was.
Well, you know that girl Kendra, what's it, Grafty?
Yeah.
She's really nice. We've met her down at Hot to Reality a few times.
Yeah, I had breakfast with her this
She's
past
awesome.
year. Like we've hung out many times. She is super cool, and
she's the only good thing that came out of Pirate Master.
All right, though.
Yeah, I think there were some other horror stories of people's lives, because as I said, low budget Rupert was so horrible. like you just watch like anyone that watched the initial trailer or commercial or whatever for Pirate Master, it's just like, oh, they're trying to do Pro Islands. And then it's just like, oh, no, they have a fake Rupert that sucks.
So was it basically Survivor on a pirate ship?
Kind of. I mean, they had fire tokens.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they did.
They did have fire
they had
tokens.
pieces and pieces of gold. They had in the little satchels, and you could steal them from the other people. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Props to him for trying something new. Something stick.
Well, props to Denise for not getting on there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I think that's the biggest congratulations going.
So prior to going out, so you go through casting. What was Jeff Probst's first impression of you? Because you meet him in those auditions. I'm assuming was Lynn Spillman the casting director at the time?
I believe so. Yes, but
okay.
I don't remember any of those people. I went in the room one time and Prost was there and a couple other people, and then I went back in, and then there's like more people, and then every time I go into the room there'd be like 20 people, then it'd be 50 people, then it'd be 100 people, and I'd be like, what is going on? But the first time I met Prost, he was like, karate? I said, yeah. He's like, well, show me something. So he throws a punch at me. Okay, he's like, don't hurt me. So we get in this little wrestling match, and I throw him on the ground. And I stand up, and he's like whimpering in the corner, don't hurt me. I'm like, oh, you dumb. And then so he gets up, I turn around, there's 5 other people standing behind me. So now I fight all of those guys. And then this big guy, Doug Cali, right? You remember that guy? Big Doug. He comes over and grabs me in a bear hug. So him and I are wrestling around, we're on the ground. I boink his nose because, I win. So I boink his nose. Jeff's laughing hysterical. He's like, all right, get up. So I get up. He's like, okay, you're all done. So I go to leave. I'm like, all right, thank you. So I go to leave, and I'm walking out, and I can feel him. So I turn around. I'm like, ah! And he jumps because he's right behind me. He jumped 4 feet back. It was crazy. So I turn around. I go outside, and I'm out there, and I'm laughing. And Lynn comes over, and she's like, you can't be laughing over here. What are you doing? You're going to go in the other room. Go. And I'm like, I don't want it, whatever. So the next day, we called down to the meeting, and there's 100 people in the room now. Mm-hmm. So Jeff comes over. He's like, so what did you think about yesterday? And I looked at Doug, and I'm like, well, it takes a big man to hit a woman. And Jeff almost fell on the floor, hysterical laughing.
Really?
Oh, my God, yeah.
In front of this is the big meeting with all the CBS executives and shit.
Well, this was even before that, because by the time I got to CBS with Mark Burnett, there must have been 200 people in that room. The entire room was full. Yeah. And I had the entire room hysterical laughing. I swear to God, Mark Burnett looked at me. He's like, yeah. And he just turned around and he's like, all right, get her out of here next because you're already signed up.
So you knew, you had a gut feeling like, I'm going to be on the show. Like they're picking me 100%.
It sounds like you were auditioning for Ninja Master, being attacked by 6 men. And
it was great. Well, I mean, they went one at a time. It wasn't that bad, you know. It was kind of like a beat the line kind of dream.
Wow, this sounds like Jonathan's dream audition.
Denise, just to jump ahead a little bit, you brought up the karate. One of my favorite moments of China is when you guys are in the Forbidden City and you get to do your karate. Do you still practice karate?
I do. I try to. I got hurt, so I had to slow it down a little bit more. But I mean, I'm always thinking about it. Yeah, that was one of the best things ever in my entire life. It was crazy. Yeah,
can you walk us through what was going through your head as you were doing that?
Well, I mean, when I first started, I was like, it was like adrenaline. Was so much adrenaline. They were like, okay, you got to do this. You can't do that. All right, move it around. So then. I'm even shaking. It's crazy. So, and then I started, and I let out this ki, and it echoed through the entire village, so to speak. And I am probably the only person that has ever yelled in this place at any time in the entire life of this place. Yeah. I'm like, oh, and then I kept going because that's what we do. And by the time I was done, they were all shaking their heads. And I'm like, yeah, that was pretty cool. So I was like, yeah, it was really awesome.
What is the extent of your karate background? Where did it start, and how far did you go?
I didn't start karate actually till I was 29, after I had all my babies and stuff. So then I went to Revere Karate Academy in Revere, Mass, and I studied under Doreen Di Lorenzo and Sita Van, and I got up to my 2nd degree black belt, and then I was training some more, and I'm almost ready for my 3rd degree, but I've been, like I said, I've been slowing down a little bit, but.
So in other words, you could beat Johnny Fairplay's ass if it came down to it.
No, because he'd like that too much.
I found Denise's weakness.
Yes, you have, my friend. Yes. That time we were walking through New York City, and Rupert thought we were going to get arrested that day. Remember that? It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, you're.
So did you travel, Johnny, a lot with?
I Johnny go way back.
A lot with Denise. Yeah. What's the craziest story? I'll ask. Did you guys travel a lot after both your seasons of Survivor?
We used to. We would run into each other at the random. I mean, there were charity events and all that, but finales. I think the first time Denise and I hung out, if it was in Houston, it was either the Token Chins finale or the Heroes Villains finale.
Okay, so Johnny used to get pretty crazy, party. I mean, the stories are legendary. Is there any legendary Denise stories? I mean, and Johnny, I mean, do you have any stories that
We'll finish with one. Yeah, I think I got one I can remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
We'll work our way there.
Oh, I can't wait. China's one of those seasons that the culture of China, we've talked about this on the podcast lately. We're now in Fiji for season after season, and we're not seeing the different places. China is one of the ones that, for me, was a very memorable season due to the theme, the location, all the cool temples and everything. Was it just absolutely amazing? And do you think that Survivor needs to go back to those kind of locations, Denise, versus staying in one place?
I definitely think so. I mean, they used to do so many good things. They used to go to the old schools. They used to go down the Amazon River. They used to I got to sleep on the Great Wall of China. These guys, they go to Fiji. There's no more coconuts because they're all raked off the ground and taken off the trees and stuff. They need to revegetate everything. But it was so expensive though to bring everybody to all these different places.
They're getting 45% tax breaks in
exactly,
Fiji. And plus the Ponderosas are already built for them. I mean, there's a full resort. They're working with the tourism department. Transportation is covered by Fiji Air.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, I think it makes sense, but I do remember James was telling us during Fans versus Favorites. I was there for a little bit, cup of coffee actually, and James was saying just how horrific it was at the beginning. So I guess you guys were on a train for like a day. And
yeah, we were like on this travel train, and like it was all bunks and stuff, and the bathroom cart was like an open cart, and you walked in there, you shut the door, and it pitched down on all sides, and you couldn't hold on to any of the walls, and there was a hole in the floor where you had to go to the bathroom. And I mean, I suppose you could hold on to I wouldn't want to touch the wall because I'm sure it ran down there, but I don't know what the heck. You didn't want to fall down there. And we were on that rackety train for like 20 hours. And then we got to go on another train, the fastest train over there in Shanghai. And we went on that for like an hour, and then we were walking up and down on the boardwalk there, and people were talking to us. It was like 120 degrees, and we were in full clothes, and oh my God, it was so miserable.
And you guys had to carry your suitcases, right?
Yeah, we had to carry all of our stuff through all of these things because they didn't know when they were going to film and what film they were going to use. So like we got to the train station, we had to sit there for like 4 or 5 hours, and we couldn't change our clothes. And I changed my clothes, and then like every person started changing their clothes after me. And then after everybody was done, the lady was like, "No, you all got to change back." So I made everybody change all their clothes back, like because they could have like
the continuity.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be in one day, that you get there. But it took us like 5 days to get there before they settled us into the Ponderosa, and then we were there for a week before they handed us the bag of stuff and told us that it's time.
Wow. And what did you think, like it initially, like when you guys go to the temple, like it, and first question, your initial impression of the temple, and then also Leslie Neese's reaction to the temple, and also Courtney's.
Well, first of all, to get to this temple, we were on this truck in the sand. Then we had to walk up like 1,000 stairs with all of our luggage and stuff. And it was hot. And we finally get up there.
Yeah, James just hated it. Like he was just as cool as that shit looked, it sucked.
It sucked so bad, man. I was like dripping with sweat. Chicken and I were like dragging the rear. He's like 10 at a time. Here we go, 10 at a time. So we were like dragging the last up there. So by the time we get to the top, they were all freaking out anyways. And then I'm telling you, that temple, when you went in there was all these little statues, all these Buddha statues, and there was hundreds of them, thousands, and they're all little gold statues. I can understand why she was freaking out because, I mean, they were all looking at you, and it was like, and she was just like, Jesus Christ, Jesus, you want to read my Bible? And I'm like, well, no, I can understand. But she's like, I can only pray to one God. These are idols before me. And I was just like, okay, enough, But
she was freaking out.
Oh my God, was she freaking out? It's ridiculous.
I don't remember that. Did they?
Yeah, that's why she was. That's why she was called Sister Christian.
Yeah, they edited all that out because they only showed her outside the thing. They didn't show all that stuff with her talking inside, and she wasn't supposed to, she wasn't supposed to be doing that. And then they had us like bowing down, and she's like, once they started bowing, she fucking bailed. But then like Courtney was the first one, so he pulled her down and had her on the ground, and the monk and kept pushing her head down. She bowing and pushing her head down. She'd get up and he'd push her head down, and she'd like, how many fucking times did I push my head? It was crazy, and I was trying not to laugh. It was, oh my God, it was insane, and like none of that stuff's ever reported. But she was like cracking these jokes and whippets and all kinds of stuff, and we're all trying to be like serious, and the camera guys are like, stop laughing, stop doing, stop moving, and we're sweating, we can't get any drinks. It was insane.
Did you feel right off the bat you're like that Courtney was someone you could work with?
It was weird because, at the beginning you just feel people out, and she was just funny, and I kind of like had a thing with her, but I don't know, she was very mean to some of the people, but that was a good shield for me, so I was okay with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're from the same place. She's from like Malden or something, and I'm from Revere, and we both like grew up in the same places, like 10 years apart, so to speak. So wow. We knew with different people from the same places. It's weird. It's a small world.
It is. It's a super small world.
It though.
So what was this Leslie Neese? Refresh my memory. Like, so she was just
they
she's such a hardcore Christian.
Yeah, they were in a Buddhist temple, and she was just like, and they had to show respect for the culture and the temple, and they just had to go in and bow. And Leslie Niece is like, I can't do that. I bow to one God and that's God.
Yeah, I have respect for that. I mean, that's cool, but yeah.
So she was just like, I need out of here right now.
So what happened after that?
Then they called her Sister Christian.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, it's kind of anticlimactic.
She was everybody's mother. It was crazy too.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, she grew a huge following with, the Christian community that followed Survivor, and she wrote a book, and
she's done really well for herself. She's got a podcast. She does exercise stuff. She helps out a lot.
Yeah, she seems really cool. I just didn't know to the extent. I mean, that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, like her faith is the most important thing in her life.
Yeah, I get it.
And I think if they had just been like, hey, we're doing a tour of this temple, that's fine.
Yeah. Right.
But to ask her to sit and worship, and she was like, I can't but morally she couldn't. She was like, I think she said she could now because she's at such peace with her faith that she knows that it's just she would just be participating in a custom for the sake of respect.
Exactly. But but before that, she couldn't separate herself from her Christianity and the rest of the world. She was just like, I'm not going to say like naive about everything else. She was just self-involved with.
She's closed-minded about so and not But
now it's open. It's open. She's woke.
She's woke.
So Denise, once you guys got out there, China's also a unique season because you're filming inland. You've got these lakes. What were the conditions like out there? Because they're not quite tropical.
Oh no, it was like fucking monsoon. It was like the mud was like 4 inches deep. You'd like walk and lose your shoe.
Well, Ashley Massaro had the right shoes for that.
Oh my God, what's that?
Ashley Massaro had the right shoes for that.
Oh yeah, she did, right?
Big studded boots.
John Robert had like $500 freaking shoes, alligator crap. He did fucking ruin them the first day. He was pissed. These are my favorite shoes. Not anymore, buddy.
Denise is not the sympathetic shoulder you can cry on about materialistic goods in the game of Survivor, I feel.
No, it's all good, man.
Have you heard from Jean Robert at all lately?
I haven't heard from him lately. I actually picked him up at the airport one time, and we went out for dinner with my family, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't seen him since then.
He was noticeably upset when you go out on day 38. So because it's between it appears to the viewers it's down to you and Todd, and you Amanda, I believe Amanda has immunity, and the votes are cast. You have the sole vote for Todd, and I don't think it was meant like you guys were solid together, but when you go out day 38 and there's the final three are established, Jean Robert is visibly just pissed.
Yeah, he was my bud. He was my shield. Yeah. He was in one of my
James wasn't all that happy either.
No, he was my other lions. Yeah, he set me up. He got me there. He got me to day 38. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Well, he started it when we did the tribe swap. They had to pick 2 people and switch. And when he went over there, he convinced PG that when she came to our camp, that we were all going to flip on everybody else. And when he made that move, that saved me for the end. So it really helped.
James was a big Denise fan. Did you have any idea out there that he had a little bit of a crush on you?
Yeah, well, you know what happened? Right? One time, we were getting off a boat, okay? And it was kind of rocky. And, like, he was standing there, and he tried to help Courtney get off. And she's like, no, I got it. And then he tried to help Amanda get off. Amanda just looked at him like, fuck you, man. And she jumps off, and he put his hand up to help me off. And I was like, yeah, thank you. And I took his hand, and I got off. And and then we went to the fish pond, where he found a fish pond way out, and we took a walk out there. And then when we went on the fish boat, we won that challenge, and everybody's like, Amanda and Aaron should go because, they're the pretty people, and it would look good. And James was like, no. Denise is going. She's going. And he made me get on that boat. And after we were done, I was talking to the fish guy, and I had a net that had gotten all tangled up, and he showed us how to untangle it and set it up. And I brought James over, and we were all working together. And I think that solidified the bond between us because I helped him, he was helping me. And then, we didn't have to really say it out loud. We just knew that we were going to be working together. So it worked out all right.
Yeah, what was your reaction watching at home to hearing James? He has one great confessional where he says, "Hey, if I was 10 years older, Denise was 10 years younger, she'd be in trouble."
That's right.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, I remember seeing him naked in the shower when we won that tea party.
Amy Kuzak
has been all right with me, man. It's all right.
There you go.
Amy Kuzak has described James naked as a baby arm holding an apple. I think that sums it up.
You gotta wash all the pots.
And now we'll take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon. And let me tell you, I'm about to turn 30 years old. It's about that time I start cutting down on carbs, sugar, unhealthy food, and all that shit. I realized I basically can't eat anything anymore. That's where Magic Spoon comes in. Tell them about it, Johnny.
Oh, man. 0 grams of sugar. 11 grams of protein. That's right, 11 grams of protein and only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. What am I talking about? Magic Spoon. 4 delicious flavors previously: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry. What was my favorite? It was the frosted. But boom! What am I looking at right now? This is the greatest week of my life. I'm looking at brand new peanut butter Magic Spoon and honey nut. Oh, man. Tomorrow, I'm having both. I am so excited. I'm breaking all the rules. I mean, you heard me correct. 0 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein, only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free, and taste amazing. The most important part, honestly, too good to be true. You can join me. Be like just me. Try those new flavors as well. Where do they go, Zach?
Go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a variety pack and try it today. Be sure to use our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout to get free shipping. And Magic Spoon is so confident in this product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked, but you're going to like it. That's magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR for free shipping. We thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this podcast.
Any fool can climb a wall or crawl through sand, but as every fan knows, Survivor challenges are won or lost at the puzzle. The most successful players are puzzle masters, and you can be one too. Fair play. Perplexers Puzzles creates handmade miniature replicas of many of Survivor's greatest and most challenging puzzles. Find out if you have what it takes by visiting the Perplexers Puzzle store on Etsy or simply visiting survivorpuzzle.com. Enter promo code FAIRPLAY, FAIRPLAY, at checkout for a 10% discount. And let me tell you, I'm hanging out on my patio on these beautiful summer nights. I have Zach Hacker coming over to my house, and we did the fire puzzle, the season 40 puzzle. I got the tree puzzle, and Zach was like, dude, these things are fucking awesome. So if you are a fan of Survivor, as Zach is, and I know he has a true, authentic Survivor puzzle that I have personally done, these Perplexers puzzles are the real deal. So go to survivorpuzzle.com right now, enter promo code FAIRPLAY at checkout for a 10% discount, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I mean, James is, he was one of the most massive men that have ever played Survivor as far as physique goes. I mean, he was like a Greek god. Yeah. And he's still, to me, one of the most entertaining. You remember him from Survivor. Out of all the seasons, sometimes it's like, people are more memorable than others, but James the Gravedigger was always a favorort of mine. You just love that smile of his,
Oh yeah.
My favorite line in the history of Survivor was, what do you do for a living? As I bury people. It was like, yeah, but what's your occupation?
He used to sleep with a pocket full of apples or limes or whatever, with a knife on his chest. And all through the night, all you hear is crunch, 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 crunch. He's like, eat all the time. He went out and found a hot pepper bush and we had this rice wine stuff. And he filled the peppers in this jar and he just crunched on them like they were potato chips. I swear to God, I don't know how that guy didn't like shoot flames out of his ass because we didn't have any food and he's just eating these peppers like it's like I said, chips. It's crazy.
So like you were saying, Zach, it's an inland non-tropical area. So like when we're on a beach and we go take aqua dumps and things like that, it's like what were the conditions like as far as hygiene is concerned in China?
There was no hygiene. It was like swimming in a muck water like basin. It was all silt on the bottom, and you get out there in the morning, and the vipers would swim in circles around the lake, and they just swim around, and we catch them in a fishing net. We brought them back to camp, and we had like hanging over the thing, and they're like, even though those are dead, if you touch them, you could still be dead in 30 minutes. But
like viper snakes.
Yes, they were like
snakes everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's gnarly.
They could kill you even dead.
Yes, wow. Even dead. Because we had one on the bench, and the camera guy afterwards, he's like, after he films it all, of course, he comes over and he's like, even that's dead, you could still die from that. So you should really get that out of camp.
That's scary because, people always say like when they show the credits at tribal council and there's like a boa constrictor, I was like, man, I never saw a single snake on Survivor. Oh, I saw a lot of crazy stuff, but not snakes. So they plant a lot of that stuff at tribal council.
Yeah, I think they do too. But
as far as China goes, there was real snake problems. That's pretty crazy because we've talked to Lex from Africa, and the thing that people don't realize when you're playing this crazy game are the elements and nature. There are things that can kill you. You go through a survivor school, you guys, to where before Karamoan, they showed us like a book saying, stay away from these animals, stay away from these plants. So they probably warned you about these poisonous snakes. That would be kind of freaky to me. There were a lot of rats where I was, but snakes, I'm not a big fan. So
that would have been a little rats. Freaky. The snakes ate them all.
Yeah.
Before we went out, we were at the Ponderosa, and they actually brought a snake wrangler to the Ponderosa, and he had like 20 snakes in these cages, and took them out and showed us each one of them and put them back in there, so we were aware what they looked like and stuff. But we would go to tribal council, we'd have a snake wrangler in front of us, and there was this multi-beaded crate that went across our path, and he was pushing it into the thing. The thing had been 10 feet long.
Right.
It was insane.
Wow.
So you make it to day 38 on Survivor. I mean, how crushing was it for you to go that far, be that close, and then go packing?
Oh man, it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Hey, day 38 club, Denise.
Yeah, dude. It's like, because we had a deal. There was a final 4-pack. They were going to go 2-2. We're going to do the fire making challenge, make it fair. But they were all like, no, you're going to win. And you got kids, so you're going to use that, so you're going to win. So we're just going to get rid of you. And now what do? They go to the fire making challenge every single season. What the frig is that shit? Yes. I'm just pissed now because I think we should have a revote and let me fucking do my fire challenge.
Would you have beat Todd?
Yes. And they know that too. That's why they needed to. 12 hours, Johnny, 12 hours. But I could have been a million. I could have been on WAW.
Dude.
Oh my God. I just imagined Denise.
Could you imagine? That'd be crazy.
That would have been awesome.
So you came so close. I mean, was there ever a time where you've been called back to play Survivor?
Yeah, well, they called me once, but then like they had like 4 people already on there, and then they called me back for Blood versus Water, but they said they were calling everybody for that. But yeah, those are the only times. But I'm telling you, I would go back right now. I wouldn't have any problems with that.
So do you think that in this day and age of this new school Survivor, we talk about this a lot, you have old school survivors that played season 40, and they all got picked off pretty much by the new school players. Do you think that Denise has a chance to adapt to the new school game of playing with all the idols and all the twists and stuff? How do you think you would do with those new school type players?
I think I'd do a little bit better because, the only reason that we did so good last time was because back then it was like team strategies. You get in a group and you stick with that, and then, you move on, where your place is. But I think it would be more of an advantage for me because the way I work, I talk to everybody. I know everybody. I see everybody. I talk to them. I say, hi, I know you. I know that. I watch. And I think it would be a little bit more easy for me to break the team spirit and actually do that. And then, not let everybody know where I actually am is so much better for my game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just to clear up, Denise, I know I've heard a lot of fans criticize your game because they said like you're playing for 4th place. You should have went with PG. But you had a really solid plan. It was supposed to be 4. It was supposed to be 2-2 vote. You go to fire, and you're the fire maker. You're clear through, right?
Right. But see, if I get that, if I win that last one, if I put the cup the wrong way, the last minute I flip it upside down. If I had left that right, I would have been at the end too. So I mean, it's like that. But I don't even remember what the question was.
Why didn't you go with PG?
Why didn't I go? Okay, because this is the thing, right? I had the chance to be first, or if I went with PG, PG would have had all the votes because all of her tribe members were already on the jury. So if I went with her and Eric at the end, the 3 of us, I'm still in 3rd place. I'm still not going to win. Mm-hmm. But if I go against Todd or Courtney, then I'm pretty set. If I go against Amanda and Courtney, I'm pretty good at getting more of the votes. I have a better chance because I at least have 2. I can probably get the 3rd one. I'm going to be close to the top. I'm going to probably win. But if I go with PG or Eric and flip, I'm not going to get there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get there with those 2 at the ends. They got Frosty, they got Eric, they got Jamie, they got, Todd's going to go with her because I flipped on him. You know what I'm saying? So
you just did math.
Yeah, makes sense
I
to
did
me.
all the math. I did all the scenarios. That was my best bet, and that's the way I had to play it out in the end.
And you had a Final Four deal that was
pretty solid, except for fucking Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
That's okay. Amanda hates Survivor now. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So Denise, you're voted off. You are the last person to be voted off Survivor and not get a Ponderosa video. What was Ponderosa like in China?
Okay, I got off the boat. It was like, I don't even know, 2:00 in the morning. The only person that greets me is James. He gives me a plastic bag of warm beers. I go take a shower. I go to try to find food. Nobody's around. I drink the beers. I go to sleep. We get up the next day. I have an interview with a psychologist. I get back on the boat. We go to tribal council. We get on the airplane and go home.
Awesome. No big party.
I had nothing at Ponderosa. I had no experience there at all.
Had they pulled the alcohol since it was the last day and James just squirreled those away for you?
I don't know. I have no idea, but I was just grateful I had those beers. I drank those all the way to the airport.
Yeah, on Pearl Islands, they pulled the Ponderosa is just a drinking fest for most people. But on the last day, they want everyone as lucid and sober as possible for the final tribal council. In addition, everyone all day is doing their final confessionals. And so they pull all the liquor, and and I was just like,
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
I was like, I just got here. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, where's the party? I got one night. No, nothing.
Well, Rhino had stolen like 2 half gallons of either Jack or Jim, so we were. Which was worse than me having a few beers before. Hence, you get the Dale Earnhardt mustache and weird looks from me and Burton.
It's crazy.
So you had no experience.
I have a quick question before we move on to the end of Survivor China. You had a chance to play with Ashley Massaro. I'm not sure if you're aware of this story, but I'll pass this on to you. In addition to the rest of the viewers and listeners of the Survivor NSFW podcast, and you can get great stories like this behind the scenes stuff that we don't normally tell on the show on our weekly Patreon. And there's a link at Survivor NSFW. Excuse me. Click on the Patreon section, or just go directly to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. You're added to our secret Facebook group, and we have a weekly Q&A, and you guys join us for the questions. It's a lot of fun, but something that's been addressed there, and I'll bring it up here. So Survivor SEG had contacted WWE. They wanted a wrestler to be on Survivor, with the success of Monday Night Raw and the prestige of WrestleMania and all those things. They're just like, wow, it'd be really cool to have a wrestler. So they contacted WWE, and they're just like, oh yeah, we got you covered. And so they're like, we got a high profile athlete. So they're sitting there like, we got John Cena. John Cena's playing Survivor. This is going to be fucking amazing. And what do they get instead? Ashley Massaro, who, at the time having substance issues, they figure, why not send her away to 39-day rehab?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
so we see on the show Ashley Massaro is sick for a lot of that, and some of that can be attributed to withdrawals. In addition, one of the few times in the history of the show that when you're out there, you're not told outside information, like right. Outside news is not given to you. To keep you focused on the game, and it's just part of the rules. You go there to leave the real world and enter this competition. And I believe rumor and innuendo says that someone in production told Ashley about Chris Benoit's death, and that led to it being even worse for Ashley out there and later leaving. But the highlight for me going into this finale was getting a call from Ashley Massaro, and Ashley going, I don't think I'm going to the finale. And I'm like, why not? And she was like, too much pressure. I can't do it. And I'm just like, just buy a new dress, look pretty. I don't think you'll get that many questions. I'll be honest with you. She goes, that's not the problem, Fair Play. You don't understand how Survivor works. And I was like, oh, well, please enlighten me. I feel like you called me for advice. So, you tell me what I don't know about Survivor, and maybe I can call a friend that would possibly know more than me. And she goes, I can't decide who I feel deserves the $1 million. And I was like, well, I just made your night a whole lot easier, Ashley. You won't be burdened with that decision. You are not what is called a member of the jury. So, as a result, you will not help in that decision in any way, shape, or form. And she goes, no, Johnny, Survivor, the person that gets the $1 million is decided by the vote.
So she watched a lot of Survivor.
Yes. I was like, well, you have till the finale to figure it out, I guess.
Oh my God.
God bless her. And you know what? Maybe that's where Amanda's votes were coming from. Ashley Massaro.
Maybe. She didn't get one from me.
So Todd goes on to win and becomes, I think, one of...
He didn't get my vote either.
I know. That's what I'm going to ask you. He's seen as a pretty dominant winner, playing a really solid game with a really solid final travel performance. But Denise, you voted for Courtney.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Can you talk about why you decided to vote for Courtney and if you stand by that decision?
Oh, I definitely stand by that decision. Todd did every Survivor trick in the book. What's it called? Where you stake on your family, death on your family, do this, do that, hide in the bushes, all the kinds of stuff. Alliances with every single person out on the island. He was just like a guy. Courtney never lied to me. She always said the truth. She always whatever you want. She just say it out loud. She didn't even care. I really like that a lot. And Amanda, she stabbed me in the back twice. The first time was bad on her. The second time I got screwed. So, she wasn't getting it. And I already told her, I said, if I get voted out, I'm not voting for you. And then, so I think she got that loud and clear.
Is that the same kind of philosophy you would have if you were to play today? Let's say you're playing on a tribe and Johnny Fairplay's out there and Johnny's lying about this and lying about that and jumping from here to that or whatever. Are you going to award someone now instead of a decision from your heart about someone who's honest and true? Would you be able to respect the crazy gameplay that these players in more recent seasons have played? Because there's always usually a bitter jury. However, I think now there's a lot of players that respect, like, hey, you voted my ass out, props to you. You know what I mean? So, like, how would your votes go if you were to play now?
Well, see, now it's a whole new game. It's everybody's jumping ship. Everyone's here and there. There's no true alliance. There's no true person you're committed to.
Well, actually,
if you find that one time, Wendell and whatever they had.
Well, no. I think the difference between new school and old school is what you're talking about. Working together, not jumping ship and stuff like that. And I think the reason we didn't see it on season 40 is because you started the game with 12 new schoolers and 8 old schoolers.
Exactly.
So even if they had attempted to play an old school game, they didn't have the numbers to do it.
Right, exactly. Unless you got on a tribe where you dominated, you had more older than
they didn't.
They didn't. And
at any time throughout any swap or anything, that situation never presented itself for an old school tribe to take over.
Right, exactly. And you see how good a shape these kids are in. I mean, all these guys that are playing now, I mean, they are compared to the old guys compared to the old guys that were trying to be out there. Yeah, I mean, you've seen Sandra sitting out a few times, and
Oh, does Sandra sit out? I
think I saw it once, maybe. I'm not sure.
I must have been.
I love Sandra. She
didn't do that back in the day.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not sure. It's all good though. Yeah, I mean, they look at them and they're like, "No, you've already had your chance. We want it this time. We're going to have it better." So that's the way they are. But it's okay with me. I'm right there with them.
Right on.
Fair enough. All right,
so I can adapt.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So we're at the finale. We're at the reunion show. Little bit of controversy.
Oh yeah,
it's just a hair. So you say at the finale that you lost your job as lunch lady Denise, and you were demoted to janitor.
Okay.
When you went to go to Survivor, and then you're awarded a bonus. You got the SIA money before the SIA money.
Yeah, right. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
So you get a $50,000 bonus, and then what happens?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. All right. So first of all, what I said was when I came back, I tried to get my job back, and it didn't work out. And I talked to the food service manager, and she said no. So now I work as a custodian.
Yes.
So all of that is true.
There you go.
Okay. I applied for the janitor job. I left my lunch lady job. I came back 3 months later, which would have been my summer vacation for my lunch lady job.
Sure.
And I asked for my job back because they did not fill my position, and they said no. So I continued on with the custodian job that I had already got.
Yeah.
So now the person that said that I was lying never knew that I had asked for that job back and just jumped ship and said, "Oh no, she's lying. We didn't do that. She got this job. She got that." And that's not what happened. Yeah. So instead of them letting me explain my side of what happened, everybody just assumes that the person in charge is the one telling the truth.
Sure.
But everybody that knows me knows that I don't do that.
You just wanted your lunch lady job back.
I had little kids in the school. Why would I? They're all in the schools. Why would I lie and teach a whole group of kids that lying's okay? I didn't lie through the entire show. And then I get home and that's when I'm going to lie? What are these people, fucking nuts?
Yeah.
So whatever. So if that's the way they felt about it, don't give me your money. You think I lied? I don't want your money. Yeah. But I'm not going to give it back to you. So let's give it to a charity. They can use it better than you.
So did you get the $50,000 bonus or no?
No, they said they were not going to give it to me. They said that I lied and they were not going to give it to me after all of that. And I said, fine, you don't have to give it to me. Give it to the charity. And then they said that I donated the money to the charity.
Oh, you got credit for donating the money? Well, you got a tax break, or no? They didn't.
No, I didn't get no tax break. They just said it out loud. They didn't actually give me the money to give to the charity. I don't even know if they did it either. So whatever the case may be, I never got any money out of that. Never.
I
never got an apology either.
That has seemed like such a complicated scenario, and the way you just explained it is so simple and easy.
Very simple and easy.
Yeah. And that's all it was, and that's all I wanted to say. And they put me on Good Morning America at 3:00 in the morning, and they said, "Oh, we'll let you explain this exactly that way." And they never gave me. They're like, "We'll let you talk last," and they never gave me the chance to speak.
Wow.
And they just shut me down, and I was like, "Okay, what am I supposed to do?" And then now, like 10 years, everybody's like, she's a liar, blah, blah, blah. Dude, that's not me.
I mean, I know you're a good person, so I knew
wouldn't go that far, Johnny. You know me a little bit more than most people.
Which brings me to that thing we were talking about earlier, Johnny.
But no, I just want my reputation back, because that's more important to me than any of the stuff.
Well, there we go. We got it clarified here. So we were talking earlier about my party days and any wild nights that you may or may not have remembered about me, but for some reason I'm remembering a party night with you, Denise.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's see if we can break this down. Okay, so
I don't know where this is going, because I'm not sure which time you're talking about yet. So okay,
well, I think Matt. No, would it be softball at the Stars, Matt?
Oh, that one. Oh, that's okay. I wasn't there. I don't know nothing about it.
Well, Davey has told a story on another podcast, and we just wanted to get the counter story to balance out his.
Oh, I don't know. Was there cameras involved?
There was a light on a phone. That would be Nick's light on his phone.
Okay.
And then there was Davey's pillow. Does any of this ring a bell?
I don't know. I plead the fifth. I'm not going to incriminate myself. Well, let's all right. So it was all in good fun, and now we've all worked it out.
Okay, well there we go.
There you go.
So all right. So for anyone that's been thinking about being a patron, we'll see if me, Matt, and Zach can decipher that code on this coming week's
good luck
Q&A. So there it is. If you've ever need a reason, go patreon.com/SurvivorNSFW, and that question will, I'm more than positive, be asked. So
now, Denise, are you still watching Survivor religiously after all these years?
Oh yeah, I do. I definitely watch it. I love it. Like I said, I'd go back right now. It's great.
That's awesome.
Are you nervous about, like, are you gonna? Do you normally watch Big Brother? And if not, are you actually going to watch Big Brother because this might go into the fall where Survivor should be, and looks like it's going to at least be delayed?
Yeah, I mean, I like Big Brother, but I couldn't be trapped in a house like that. That would make me nuts.
Yeah, but you watch it?
I sometimes not. I'm not religious to watch it. You know what I mean? But
yeah. I think we're forced to religiously watch it this season.
Okay, well, I'll be on board. We can check back and talk about it later.
That's why I'm asking. Like, if you come, we're gonna Zach and I, maybe Matt's on the bubble, but Zach and I will be doing 2 podcasts weekly covering Big Brother.
All right, cool.
So we would love your take on the moving and shaking in the Big Brother house.
Yeah, I have a friend, Michelle. We see each other. Michelle Costa. We see each other every once in a while at some of the parties. So yeah, she was on Big Brother. She's a big fan.
She's great. Yeah, so we've known Michelle for years.
Yeah, she got that big hair.
So Denise, anything you want to plug before we let you go? Like, where can we find you on social media?
No, I'm just around. Facebook. That's about it. I'm not technically savvy or any of that stuff.
Facebook counts.
Yeah.
Okay, Facebook then. Facebook me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denise, I got one last question. Have you had a balut since you were on Survivor?
Oh my fucking God. Would you eat a fucking chicken abortion, dude? That's disgusting. The thing has like talons and fangs and a beak and feathers and shit, and they want you to eat that. Like
there's a place in Cincinnati that sells them. So next time you're in Cincinnati, I'll bring you one.
Yeah, okay, I heard there's a restaurant you go to, right?
Yeah.
Right, Zach? Yeah, I've heard about that.
I've never done it. Let's do it and film it.
Oh God, I'll puke.
Yeah, go ahead. You gotta eat 2 of them though. You gotta eat it all. Even when you puke it up, you gotta wipe it off the plate and slick it back in your mouth when someone else is trying to let you win. Yeah, it's disgusting, and they make you keep doing it. It's gross, Maddie. I see you over there.
Oh, there's no way. I'm out.
I am not good at that. I mean,
Zach might have already won immunity.
Yeah. You should be like Cochran and just be able to swallow that shit whole, man.
Oh, yeah, you try that, dude. It's like that big, you know.
Yeah,
No, it's wet and
so
slimy.
nasty.
It's gross.
So it doesn't taste like egg and chicken, like an egg and chicken combo?
You know what? It tastes like a fucking chicken abortion.
Chicken abortion. There we have it. And on that note,
well, Denise, thank you so much for coming on the pod, and I hope to see you at an event. I know, I've seen you around at Hearts Reality last year and at Bob Crowley's. And
real quick, Denise, tell the story about pushing Cole into the pool.
What is with you and my stories? Is anything sacred?
This is a fun one.
I don't know. I was just walking by and he was standing there, and my arm just happened to go like pushed in motion, and he just went in the pool.
No, like I have never seen, like, Cole Metters is
my favorite player.
Probably at least 200 pounds of all muscle. I think he's got like a 38 pack of abs, and he was sitting there like, trying to pose and show off for some girls, and Denise was not having it, and just saw that smirk on his face, and he did not see her, and from the shadows, Denise lifted him off the ground into the pool, and just nothing but embarrassment from the second of push to the second of impact to the second of coming up from the water, and just pure embarrassment. And Denise just continued to make her way throughout the party.
Oh my God.
My work here is done.
That is awesome. Well, Denise, it's been a pleasure.
Never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
Never know.
It's been a pleasure, and you guys, if you want to tune into our Q&As, like Johnny said, become a patron. SurvivorNSFW.com, which Zach has been doing our website. All the information to everything that we do is right there. All the different shows we have. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We're covering Labor of Love. And
Survivor NSFW Rewind with Karen Eisenberg and with Professor Tim watching Survivor Borneo episodically. And I joined them last week for the Loved Ones episode of Borneo. And oh my God, I had such a great time. And just locked in a very huge guest for the finale of that season. So if you guys haven't been checking out the Survivor NSFW Rewind, please, it's one of the most fun podcasts that's come along in a long time. Like Professor Tim has never really watched television, was on the Circle UK, was an amazing character, but now being on the other side and watching, and he's watching the evolution of Survivor as it goes. And like, they just had the merge episode 2 weeks ago, and it's basically the first sign of strategy on Survivor Borneo. And Professor Tim is just furious at the loss of innocence that is occurring before his eyes. It's just like, no, why would they do that? So, it's so amazing. Like, but the more he sticks his toe in the evil waters of alliances, the more, like little by little, he's like, they do have some valid criticisms. So it's been a really fun watch and a really great listen. So check out that. Links to everything available at SurvivorNSFW.com, including T-shirts like the one I'm wearing now. That's hilarious. Our brand new Lex Legend T-shirt there, and we do have brand new Survivor NSFW logo shirts. Featuring everyone, including Karen. We have the Guns N' Roses style Appetite for Survivor NSFW shirt and others. And definitely check out our Sunday Schooled Cancer shirts. And those shirts, all profits going to Sunday Burquest and her fight against cancer going on right now as we speak.
And now we'll take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors.
Summer is in full action, and we are thankful for our sponsor today, Manscaped, for keeping us fresh. Sun's out, bums out. That's right, we're talking butts. And hopefully not your pubes are out. Manscaped offers all the right tools to keep your hair groomed above and below the belt. Oh my God, I was at the pool the other day, and there was one of the moms nearby. And she walked by, very friendly lady, and I'm just staring at what appears to be Chewbacca in a headlock on each side of her thighs. Like I think Kurt Angle had the scissor hold around Chewie there. And I was like, oh my God, you need to learn about Manscaped. Why is that? Because Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game. They actually just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit, which is the perfect add-on to their Lawnmower 3.0 or Perfect package. The Shears 2.0 is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes slashed, tipped tweezers, rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. You're probably wearing flip-flops. Boom, take a look right here as we speak, and people don't want to see those nasty unclipped toes of yours. No one likes an ungroomed set of feet, fingers, and most importantly, balls. That's why they have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. Tell them, Zach.
The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the essential Lawnmower 3.0 water-resistant cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. This is the best trimmer on the market for those of you in need of a chest shave or a ball cleanup. The third-generation trimmer features skin-safe technology to reduce manscaping accidents. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, because we know how painful chafing can be when you're wearing your bathing suit all day. Yeah. You'll also find the Crop Reviver, a testy toner that's designed to give you a pep in your step. Subscribe to the Perfect Package and get a new blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. For a limited time, subscribers will also get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag, a $39 value add, and the patented high-performance, reduced chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. And let me tell you, they're comfortable as hell. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job.
That's right. Get 20% off and free shipping with code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. Summer is here. It's time to manscape. Summer here. It's crazy hot outside, and after a few minutes, I feel exhausted and I'm ready for a nap. What? I'm 46 years old. I can't be taking naps. Between the sun beating down and the heat and humidity, dehydration kicks in fast. Hydrant is your key to getting back up and running more quickly than ever before.
Hydrant created a refreshing electrolyte powder that you mix directly into water to efficiently and effectively hydrate your body. It hydrates you quickly and keeps you going for longer. Each rapid hydration mix has the 4 essential electrolytes your body needs: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc, and it packs a punch to help your body hydrate fast and to stay hydrated. And if you're looking for an extra boost of energy, man, like in Survivor when we're doing challenges, I wish we had Hydrant, dude, because Hydrant contains Hydrant plus caffeine, 100 milligrams of caffeine from green tea. And you know what? It's backed by research. This formula was developed by an Oxford scientist. It is also loved by pro athletes, top performers, celebrities, and has thousands of 5-star reviews. It's made with real fruit juice powder. It's delicious and refreshing and comes in a variety of flavors, including new summer-friendly iced tea lemonade and fruit punch. Damn, that just makes me want to down these things right now. Plus, it's backed by 100% satisfaction guarantee. You guys, if you don't love it, send it back for a full refund. You really need to try it for yourself to see what I'm talking about. It tastes incredible and it works. So Johnny, this thing, the Hydrant starts at just $1 a packet for a 30-day supply. Save even more with a monthly subscription.
So while I'm preparing for a half marathon at the end of the summer, I'm running 3 to 10 miles every day. I was doing just the water. I was trying the water and other stuff. Boom, added hydrant to my life. My run times are going down faster. I'm in a tennis league every Saturday morning. I tried hydrant for the first time, did the blood orange, loved it, won for the first time. Usually I'm getting whooped by these other people. Not so fast. I took my hydrant. I was ready to go. Cannot prove that this is scientifically a fact that will make you a greater tennis player, but looking at Johnny Fairplay, it does. I am an exceptional player when I got my hydrant in me, and I can't wait to have that hydrant power me through these next few weeks going to that half marathon in Asheville, North Carolina. So we've got a special deal, Zach. Tell them all about it. Where can they save?
If they go to drinkhydrant.com/survivor and enter our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout, they're going to save 25% off their first order. So again, that's drinkhydrant.com/survivor and enter the promo code SURVIVOR.
That's drinkhydrant.com/survivor. Promo code SURVIVOR for 25% off your first order. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Oh, man, do I. I've been taking 4 or 5 Blue Chews just to get up in the morning. I use it. Remember when what's it called on a bike? The kickstand? Mm-hmm. I have my own kickstand thanks to Blue Chew. Thanks, guys. Well, you at home can increase your performance and get the extra confidence in bed just like me. Listen up. Blue Chew, BLUECHEW.com. That's blue like the color blue.
Blue Chew brings you guys the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. If you could benefit from extra function and more confidence where it counts in the wiener area, Blue Chew is a fast and easy way to enhance your performance. And Blue Chew is prescribed online, shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness.
They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our promo code SURVIVOR. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BLUEChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR, and you can try it completely for free. Just pay for shipping. Blue Chew's the better, cheaper, fastest choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
Man, these guys are great. BlueChew.com is kind of like a hurt Peter. They're hard to beat. So with that, bye, guys.
Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next week on Survivor NSFW.